Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome back for another video. Before we start, I just want to say thank you for all the support on my video I posted yesterday. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. I talked about the realistic possibilities of $100+ silver and what it would take to actually have that happen, the factors to implement. So go check that out if you already haven't. Also, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Every single like counts, helps so much. If you guys enjoy silver stacking videos on YouTube, make sure you support these channels. Also, subscribe if you're new. And I make daily videos every single day around 4 p.m. I also make 2 videos some days as well, so I cover all the different topics about precious metals. But today we're going to be talking about why silver is the safest investment. I really want to talk about this because as investors, people do try all different, try all the different angles. Some people get into stocks, whatever, and this video is going to be talking about all these other investments, but why silver is by far the safest and smartest. Now, I know diversification is key. I myself invest into Bitcoin. I do want to get into real estate, things like that. But I'm going to be covering the pros and cons of each and kind of help you guys figure out what works best for you because, yes, we are all investors, but we all have different financial situations and different things that are going to complement our journey better than other things. Like something that might work for me or the direction I'm going might not be the same for you or might work better for you in other areas. So you really have to do kind of reflect on yourself and try to figure out what works best for you. That depends on your financial situation, your buying time frames, selling time frames, where you live, what resources you have, how patient you are you in it for the short term or the long term, etc. All these things kind of factor in to the direction you want to go with your stacking slash investing journey, whether it's real estate, Bitcoin, gold, silver, But I'm going to be talking about 4 different types of investments today. We're going to be talking about cryptocurrency, real estate, stocks, and then precious metals. And I'm going to go over why silver is safer than all these. I'm not trying to bash these other investments, but I do want to talk about them because this is an investing channel. I've talked a lot about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency on this channel. A lot of you guys have subscribed for those reasons. And I just want to talk about all of them, because this is investing. The whole point of this is to reach financial freedom and secure ourselves away from hyperinflation, or the talk about the intrinsic value of silver, precious metals, and also how to protect ourselves from the dollar being impregnated or pumped into the system, losing nearly 98% of its purchasing power. So anyways, go into cryptocurrency first. Now, cryptocurrency is a very speculative market. There's a lot of scamming and hacking. There's a lot of fees. When you send a transaction on the blockchain from, one wallet to another, a miner has to basically, in the mining pool, convert that transaction or send it. So if you want the transaction to go quicker, you have to pay higher fees. Or if you want like an economy setting, you can pay less fees, but it takes a couple hours, could be even a couple days, depending on how backed up the blockchain is in that, or what, how fast of the miner fees you want to pay or how much you want to pay. So that can be very inconvenient as well. It's also not stable, and it is a new developing market, especially since it's trying to replace the government regulated currency on a global scale. That is one good thing that Bitcoin has going for it is it's basically like everyone speaking the same language, on a monetary type of situations. Now imagine how beneficial the world would be if everyone spoke the same language in all countries. That's what Bitcoin is on a monetary scale. Bitcoin is universally accepted. Like, US, America has US dollars, China, Canada has Canadian dollars, etc. Well, Bitcoin can be traded anywhere in the world and it's all the same value denomination of currency. That's very, very beneficial. The blockchain's decentralized and that can be very beneficial because not one person or one organization is in charge. Everyone is in charge, and if you want to vote to change something, they have to take a public poll and vote it and all that. So that can be very beneficial, but this is a very slow paced moving thing, especially for something as big as it is. So it's going to take lots of time, and that also means there's going to be lots of mistakes, and that also the banks are against it. Most people are as well. There's countries getting banned, banning cryptocurrency, and banks are as well. So, there is some potential for it, though. It could be the future of money. When I think of the year 2040 or 2050 or whatever, even 2100, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years down the line, it could all be digital. We're going into a digital age. Cashless nations are appearing, and if anything was going to change, and if we do have to have a new regulated financial situation or system in check, then I feel like cryptocurrency could be one of the solutions. It would just have to be a lot more upgraded than it is now. Something to think about, though. So now let's go into real estate. Um, there is a lot of money into it, and that also means you have to put a lot of money into it. You have to build a name for yourself, a reputation, and you have to have some experience. I couldn't just jump into real estate right now. And if I did, this is the thing I want to talk about before I keep going on about real estate. With any investment, you really have to understand the market and how this investment works before you start putting money into it. When I got into cryptocurrency, before I put any money out of my own pocket into it, I started earning free cryptocurrency by posting my YouTube videos on Steemit, and they would generate ad revenue. And Steemit works almost like Reddit. It's a weird platform, but I was making free cryptocurrency by posting my YouTube videos on there. So I was earning free cryptocurrency, and then I started using that cryptocurrency to trade and do conversions on exchanges with. So before I even took any money out of my pocket, I was messing around with it for free, basically still earning money. And I used that because I didn't understand how cryptocurrency worked, and I wasn't confident enough to put money out of my own pocket into something I didn't know about. And that's how you should approach any type of investment. Before you start really understanding the markets of especially something like real estate, where you have to put thousands upon thousands of dollars down, or whether it's Bitcoin or precious metals, really understand how the market works, which assets are worth what, the potential of those assets, how do they perform, what makes them perform that way, how can you sell, how are you going to sell in the future, how are you going to buy, what are your potential customers or clients going to look like, the population of that city, is there schools being generated, or are they tearing, the malls and the stores down? When you look at, just like for real estate, if I was going to invest into a house or something like that, or lease a house to someone, I would want to look at how is the neighborhood, or how is that environment growing? Is it depreciating or appreciating? Are they building malls, building shopping centers, which is going to drive the price of that neighborhood up, or are they tearing down the malls? Is it becoming a lower grade neighborhood, which would decrease the value? And if you can look at that and apply that to any other investment, you're going to be much more well off than most people. You have to look at the bigger picture and try to think outside of the box. That's what I did with Bitcoin. That's what I did with precious metals as well. Um, Also, how the hearts, not even just with the potential or looking forwards in these housing markets, but also the global scale of how the housing markets are doing in a actual market type situation. Sometimes the economy is just bad and the housing market's down. Has nothing to do with the economy or how that city, or what they're building, which also can fluctuate, and you're gonna have to also incorporate that in to your risks, your pros and cons, risks versus rewards in any investment, especially with real estate as well. Let's go into stocks. So there is an overwhelmingly large amount of opinions, and there's going to be constant overlooking, checking every single hour on the hour or minute by minute, what the prices are. Is Apple up, is Apple down, that, etc. And it's a very repetitive, it's just a very minuscule type of thing to do. I really don't like that. I got into that a little bit when I started trading with Bitcoin, but I quickly got out of it because I realized it was driving me crazy. I don't like that. I like to be more of a laid back, long-term type of investor or stacker, where I don't have to check the silver prices every day, because I understand that the prices go up and down. That's how a market works. That's how these markets work. That's how they are healthy. Even if it does go down, it is healthy for that. If there has to be a correction, especially followed by a rally, etc. That's just how the markets work. A lot of people don't understand that. They have weak hands and they panic. So it is easy to lose lots of money, especially as a beginner. If you are trying to figure out, a lot of people try to just put all their money in one thing instead of realizing the benefits of diversification and understanding that, just because something's rallying right now doesn't mean it's going to keep rallying, which it does usually have a correction, meaning that it's going to drop down after people sell off, or not placing their buy or their sell orders at the right points, or not understanding how the exchanges work, etc. But that's just something to think about. The economy correlation to the prices of the stocks even is something that a lot of people don't incorporate in, and that could be good or bad, depending on your situation or depending on what that situation is. And there's also the fear of the unknown, or the lack of the unknown, that we can't even incorporate in, trying to price predict or really understand what these prices do, just because, we don't know that the situations that are going to be coming up. I mean, we can look at the 2020 presidential election, we can look at those types of things, but there's also, things that we don't know that will be happening as well, whether it's a tragedy or whatever the case is. So precious metals, no matter what any of the things previously I've said about all these, precious metals has intrinsic value, which means no matter who says this is what, or what happens in the economy, my silver coin always has 1 ounce of silver in it, and that right there is extremely valuable. Bitcoin is just a digit on a screen. Real estate, you can lose a lot of money in it. The property value can go down. With stocks, it's basically just a digit, or that product or that company organization could drop. But precious metals has intrinsic value that you can physically hold, future potential. It's easy for beginners. You don't have to really learn like you do with real estate or cryptocurrency. You can go on Amex and buy some silver American Eagles, and you're already set off, ready to go. And you own it, so nobody can take that from you as well, and that's extremely beneficial. And I really hope you guys understand that silver has so many uses in the industrial, technological, and medical world, and it definitely still will. It's the underdog. It's undervalued, especially compared to gold, but even if you are stacking gold as well, you're much better off than most people. And that's the message I'm trying to portray to you guys, and I hope you guys understand. But anyways, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to end it here. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. I had a fun time talking about all this. It's really easy to talk about all these different things because they are all passions of mine. Every investment is a good investment, as long as you're keeping your head in the game, and trying to see the bigger picture, weighing out the pros and cons, and understanding the direction you want to go, you will definitely be fine. But anyways, thanks for watching. This was Silver Slayer. Subscribe if you already haven't. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.